Welcome to the world of waste disposal and waste management. The purpose of this video is to raise the awareness of basic principles of bulk waste, sentencing, disposal, and the current paperwork procedures that must be followed before waste can be removed from the AWE site. Waste is any substance or article which constitutes a scrap material or an effluent or other unwanted surplus arising from an application of any process or any substance or article which requires to be disposed of, which has been broken or worn out or contaminated or otherwise spoiled. The bulk waste we're going to look at today is created by demolition, facility refurbishment, excavations to new build, excavations to services and drainage. It could include soil, brick, rubble, etc. Materials contaminated with radioactivity, explosive chemicals, and asbestos could also be bulk waste. We have a duty of care which applies to anyone on an AWE site who produces, manages, stores, transports, treats or disposes of waste. I must point out that breach of the cradle to grave requirements of duty of care is a criminal offence and is punishable by an unlimited fine. Waste management is highly regulated. Waste cannot, I repeat, cannot be consigned off-site without the correct paperwork. It is likely that waste management plans will be made mandatory on AWE contracts. I am sure that many contractors already have this in place. Remember the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle. You will see in the fun pack of notes in front of you all the relevant documents, forms, and a statement on waste management plans. As a point of interest, 85% of the waste you see, which is being processed at our Tantley transfer station, is recycled. I'm Terry McGoldrick from John Stacey and Sons. I'm the General Manager with a specific responsibility for works carried out in the AWE. I'm very pleased to introduce my fellow presenters today. I've got Rachel Golding, who is a Senior Clearance Officer from AWE. Welcome, Rachel. And I've got Darren Saul, who is our Demolition Manager and also has a specific responsibility for the transfer station in which we're standing. I'd like to take the opportunity while we're in the transfer station just to very quickly explain what we're about, and perhaps Darren, you'd be good enough to just explain what the sequence is behind us.
Yeah, well, once the lorries have been over the weighbridge, teared off and deposited their waste on the ground, the machine actually sorts out the light material and the wood, which is put in separate piles. The heavy, which has got soil and hardcore in, is mixed, will be put through to the Viper, which goes through some screeners, which takes the actual soil out to one side, and also deposits then onto the picking belt, the hardcore and the waste. In turn then we have 3 men either side of the picking belt, which is picked by hand. The wood is separated, which goes to be recycled again. The hardcore goes over onto the hardcore heap, which in turn is put through the crusher and made to type 1, 6F2, whatever the client wants.
Right. And
the actual light waste will go to landfill site. And now we go over to the type 1 product over here.
Okay. Rachel, I've brought you over here to look at some type 1 crushed concrete. This is concrete that we've crushed from a raw product concrete from the AWE, and we are taking it back to the AWE. And it's part of a trial to establish that it can be done. Now, we currently do crush on the AWE, as do other demolition contractors, but we're not necessarily crushing to a specification. We're just crushing to a nominal 75mm down, which is used for hard standings, etc. But this product is a good quality product which can be used for road construction, under foundations, etc. So that is, you know, a big possibility for us and a big possibility for the AWE, and we're working in partnership to try and achieve that. So pretty well everywhere you look in this transfer yard, where we've got timber which we've separated, we've got soils, hardcore, everything is being recycled. So a high percentage of what we do is recycled. So what I suggest we do is go back to the office and explore other avenues of good old waste management and waste control.
Okay.
Rachel, we're all aware, all the contractors and AWE staff are aware of the seriousness of contaminated materials and because of the nuclear environment. And obviously, you know, headlines in the paper, you know, Stacey's removed contaminated material from AWE would be construed by the consumer as atomic waste when it could be just soil that's contaminated with diesel or something. So we respect that, but there are some questions I'd like to ask just to outline the procedures and what have you. So the first question is, the responsibility of the waste is AWE, is that correct?
The responsibility of the waste lies with the waste producer, and in particular the project manager that is responsible for the job producing the waste. So they would be in charge of getting in touch with me.
Rachel, we seem to have many stages to